Hi everyone, this is Queen of Light 1111 coming to you with my Wednesday Hump Day Twin Flame Energy Check-in. This is going to be a little longer than maybe in the past, I think. We'll see. But I've used 6 different decks here. I wanted to kind of do my traditional spread on head, heart, and 3D space. I also have 3D messages. Also have connective energies and future energies, but I wanted to just take a quick look at what the blocks are in this connection today. Okay, so I looked at some blocks, and so it looks pretty good. We do have some repeating cards. It very much, still within the same theme that we have seen in weeks and months past. There's still a very much of a higher vibration on the masculine side around healing and understanding. And the feminine is kind of continued with her theme a little bit around processing kind of heartbreak and loss and, potentially due to the breakup or maybe a third party situation, but we'll get into that. And we'll get into their mirroring or their parallel paths here as we go through each. I have used the Shadowscapes Tarot for the Divine Masculine. It's what I usually use for him. I've used the Mystic Dreamer Tarot for the Divine Feminine. That's my typical use for the Divine Feminine. I have used the Twin Flame Oracle deck by Mystic Moon for the 3D message. And those are clarified by the Twin Flame Tarot deck by Mystic Moon and Queen of Light. If you're looking to purchase those, please go to Mystic Moon's Etsy page. And then for the connective energies, the current connective and the future, I've used the Arcanum Tarot. And then for the blockages, I have used the Dreams of Gaia. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with bottom of the deck for the Divine Masculine. Bottom of the deck for the Divine Masculine is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is all about communication, communicating the truth, coming forward and speaking your truth. So he is still very much in this vibration of wanting to communicate and speaking his truth, okay, to the feminine. Bottom of the deck for the Divine Feminine is Death. And so she is, this was again in her headspace, I think on Monday when I did Monday's energy check-in. She has a death card as her underlying energy. So she's feeling again like this relationship is over or it needs a complete overhaul, okay? And since this is also in her underlying energy, I want to tell you now that this is also in his headspace. And we'll get into that. And again, I will call out repeating cards as I go through them. So the Divine Feminine, still healing, still kind of wanting a transformation in this relationship. She's definitely kind of energetically feeling like this relationship is over. So let's go ahead and get into the Divine Masculine's headspace. So when he thinks about, when he's thinking about and he's processing how he is thinking about this relationship and her specifically, this is what he's feeling. Remember, the underlying energy is he wants to talk to her. He wants to come forward with the Knight of Swords energy. So what we have for his headspace, the Ace of Wands, we have the Page of Wands, and we have Death, and we have the Three of Cups. So the Ace of Wands is a repeating card. It comes up in the Divine Feminine's 3D space of what she wants from her masculine, okay? We have the Death card in her underlying energy for how she is coming across today, okay? So those are the repeating cards. So now what I'm really getting from this is that he wants to communicate a message. He wants to send a message. The Ace of Wands and the Page of Wands together. The Page of Wands is about sending a message. The Ace of Wands is a new beginning. So he very much wants to communicate a message. He's thinking about it. He's going through it in his mind. He has been thinking about this for a while. So I'm like, come on already, communicate. So he's still thinking about communicating. He wants to communicate. He's processing this in his headspace. He wants to communicate with her. He wants a new beginning. He wants a transformation of this relationship. He too thinks that Yes, this relationship is dead at this time, and the only way to revive this is through a complete transformation. So he knows he needs to speak his truth. So he wants to speak his truth. He wants to send a message. He wants a new beginning and a transformation of this relationship. And with the Three of Cups, Three of Cups is all about reunion. He wants reunion with his feminine. He wants to transform this relationship with this Death card. He wants to send a message. He wants a new beginning, and he wants her back. He wants to reunite, okay? Now, in the Divine Feminine's headspace, when she is thinking about her masculine, when she's thinking about him, she's in the Three of Pentacles energy, Six of Swords, Three of Swords, and Lovers. Okay, so I got a couple of messages from this, so really take what resonates. The first message I got, especially when I see two threes together, the first message I got was that she has probably grown and learned from this relationship, from this heartbreak and loss of this relationship with the Lovers card, right? So the Lovers is about soul connections. It's about divine partnerships. The Three of Swords is about heartbreak and loss. The Three of Pentacles is about growing. It's about learning. It's about working as a team. And so what I'm finding is that, she's grown and she's learned from this heartbreak. She has ascended. She has gone on her spiritual journey. So this heartbreak has triggered her into growing and learning about this connection. And so now in her headspace, she is looking to move forward to something smooth. Okay. The second message that I got was, especially with two threes here, is that there may have been a third party situation. You have two threes. There's Three of Swords, three people. And so that is what, has created this heartbreak, this loss, and what has stirred her into kind of her own growth and her own learning. Okay. And she understands that this is a divine connection, but there was a third party situation that she grew and that she learned from. And she's looking to move on to something smooth. Again, I say with or without him, because she's in the death energy, right? So if she's, in the death energy, she's either looking for a rebirth and a transformation of this relationship, or in her mind, she might be processing that it's over because she's in heartbreak and loss. She's learned from this heartbreak and loss about this connection, and she wants to move on to something smoother, okay, with or without him. So in her headspace, I very much get that she has learned about this relationship, okay, either through a third party situation or through this heartbreak and loss that occurred from the third party situation, or the heartbreak and the loss of just separation in general from her masculine. And she is ready to move on to something smoother with the Six of Swords, okay? So I guess the important lesson here, the important thing to know here in her headspace as the Divine Feminine is that she's learned. In her headspace, she's processing the loss still, but she has grown from it. She's learned from it. And she does understand that this is a divine connection, but she is in the death's energy. She is looking for transformation and rebirth, and she's looking for peace in her life. So she is moving forward with the Six of Swords energy, and she wants to move into something smoother. In the heart space of the Divine Masculine, when he thinks about when he feels for his feminine in his heart, these are the cards: King of Cups, Queen of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Three of Wands. And so I have to tell you, this King of Cups has come out a couple of times. So the King of Cups has come out, not only is this the Divine Masculine representing himself, but the King of Cups shows up in her 3D message. The King of Cups shows up in the future energies as well. So we have three appearances from the King of Cups. So what I'm getting from this is that he has made a decision in his heart space, right? He's toying with the idea, wanting to communicate, wanting to send out a message, having a new beginning, wanting to speak his truth, wanting reunion, rebirth, and transformation in his mind space. He's going to make a decision to do that. This has been coming up, and I've been hearing from a lot of my clients and a lot of my followers that they have received unexpected surprise messages from their masculines. So I feel like he's making a decision, that he's made a decision to communicate, to communicate with his Queen of Swords, right? Or this could also be an energy. He's going to come forward as a higher vibrational person with his truth and communicate with his divine feminine, because he knows she is also like the Queen of Swords and that she demands truth and honesty. So he has been emotionally preparing himself mentally and emotionally. So in his heart space, he is very much in a higher vibration. Again, he's come out as a king. I don't have any knight energies in his space other than this Knight of Swords, which is my preference, that I want him to come forward. And so that is the Knight energy. But as far as him representing himself, he is showing up as the King of Cups in 3 different parts in this reading. So he is emotionally, mentally mature. He is emotionally stable. He is ready in his heart to give love and to receive it. He is ready to be a vibrational match to his queen, to his divine feminine. So he's made the decision that he wants to come forward with truth and honesty to his Queen of Swords, because she will demand nothing less. And he's coming forward as a king's vibration. And what does he want in his heart space? He wants the Hierophant. The Hierophant, and we've been getting this a lot. The Hierophant is about commitments. It's about contracts. It's about spiritual contracts. It's about tradition. Oh, and by the way, this came up in the 3D message with the divine feminine. So he wants it in his heart space. She wants it in the 3D. And he wants union. So in his heart space, not only does he want reunion, to send a message and have reunion and transform this relationship with her, he in his heart space is going to come forward with truth, honesty, and an emotionally mature behavior to offer a contract to come together to give her something tangible in the 3D. I mean, the Hierophant is about contracts and commitments and marriage. So that's what he wants in his heart space. Where is the feminine in her heart space? 9 of Wands, which is the bottom of the deck, for the connective energy. So in her heart, she has the 9 of Wands, 10 of Cups, 10 of Swords, and the Star. So what I'm getting from this is that she is very much, right, this death energy, right? It's over. She feels like it's over. But while she does in her mental space and in her underlying energy feel like it's over, she does also in her heart know that she knows this cycle needs to end and this needs to transform. I mean, this 10 is an end of a cycle. And so she's feeling like in her heart space, yeah, you know, he pierced her heart in this 3 of Swords energy, which she's processing in her mind. And now in her heart space, she has this 10 of Swords. He's pierced her back, okay? And so she's really still wounded. She's very much still wounded in her heart space and in her head space, but yet she still has hope. With the Star energy, the Star is also about divine intervention. This is about healing. This is about hope. And so she has hope still, even though he has done this deed and left and there's separation and he's pierced her heart and stabbed her in the back, right? I don't know. She still has hope, and she still has hope for what? She's hope for the 10 of Cups, for emotional bliss, because she sees him, remember, as her divine partner, this lover's energy. She knows that he is her person. And so she still has hope, even after all of this heartbreak and loss. She still has hope for this 10 of Cups that they will come together and have this happy life. 10 of Cups is happy family. It's about children. It's about coming together. It's about commitments. And so she is determined she will continue to endure. She will continue to have hope in this connection, okay? Despite all of that. And I don't see it as a weakness. I really do see this as someone, as a feminine who has great faith in her masculine and great faith in their connection. And that is why she has gone through this growing and learning with the 3 of Pentacles in her headspace. She's really ascended. She's grown from this heartbreak and loss. She's grown from this 10 of Swords energy. And yet she still unconditionally has love for him and will still move forward and be determined, right? With this Star energy, she still has hope. She's still determined. and has hope for this 10, I'm sorry, for this 10 of cups, okay? That's in her heart space. So um, she's very high vibration, so she's hanging in there. 3D message from, I'm sorry, 3D want from the divine masculine. We have the 3 of Pentacles. This matches her card in her headspace. We have the 2 of Pentacles, which is a repeating card in their current connective energy. Then we have the 9 of Cups and the Hanged Man. So remember, I just got through saying that this is, could have been a third party situation, but that she's grown and she's learned from it. So now in the 3D space, it's coming up from his 3D energy. Like, what does this divine masculine want from his feminine? And by the way, the bottom of the deck for the tarot for the 3D messages is also 3 of Pentacles. So we have 3 of Pentacles in her headspace. We have 3 of Pentacles in his 3D want. And we have 3 of Pentacles in the clarifier to the 3D messages. Okay, hope that made sense. So a lot of learning, a lot of growing. This is a lot of people actually taking their contract seriously and growing and learning from it. So remember, I was just saying this 3 of Pentacles, she's grown either from this and learned from this third party situation or from this heartbreak and loss. She has learned. Well, in the 3D, he too has learned. He's learned from either having that third party situation or from breaking her heart or ending the relationship or through the separation with his feminine. He has also learned. And he wants to also, like her, right? Work as a team now. Work as a team for their continued learning, for their continued balance, right? He also has 2 of Pentacles. He's trying to balance his emotions, balance his mental state from his emotional state. He wants to continue to grow and learn. Because why? Because she is his wish. Again, 9 of Cups has been coming up a lot for this masculine. He has, through this separation, through this understanding of what the Hanged Man's energy, because the Hanged Man is about suspension. It is about separation. It is about, things at a pause. So while he's been balancing himself out, he has been growing and he's been learning with this 3 of Pentacles energy. Through this enlightenment, he's letting go. The Hanged Man is also about letting go of past belief systems, letting go of things that don't serve you, letting go of old relationships that don't serve you. So he is becoming enlightened. He is going into a higher vibration. Remember, I said he keeps showing up as the king now. So he's showing up as the King of Cups. Like I said, the King of Cups in his heart space and in her 3D space in the message, and then in the future energies. He is very much the King of Cups, an emotionally well-balanced divine masculine who can give love, who can be a great husband, who can be a father, who can be a protector. So he is really, he's balanced his energies. He's learned from this separation, which then sent him into this enlightenment with the Hanged Man, right? Through the separation, he's become enlightened, and he's enlightened that she is his wish, okay? He wants his wishes fulfilled in the 3D, I'll tell you. He really wants to come together. He has been enlightened. He is at a higher vibration. Now, the 3D wants from the divine feminine, she's all about wanting to know the truth, and she also wants a new beginning. She has the Ace of Wands, which remember, the Ace of Wands is in his headspace. This is a new beginning, fresh new starts. 4 of Cups, 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands also came out in the divine masculine's 3D message clarifier. So we have 5 of Wands and the Ace of Swords. So here's what I really, really got from this, especially with the way that some of these cards have been duplicated. So he wants a new beginning. Okay, that's clear. She is not happy at this time. She is in the 3D. She is not satisfied. She feels like all is lost. Remember, she's in the Death's energy, in her overall energy. She has the 10 of Swords in her heart space. She has the 3 of Swords in her head space. So she's not happy. She has regrets. She feels like all may be lost, right? Why is all lost? Because there was this 5 of Wands energy. There's this collision. There was this fight where other people were involved, and that's why I said third-party situations with Three of Swords. So she wants truth and clarity about it. No, nothing else. Come to me with your truth and your clarity, because remember, he wants to come forward with the Knight of Swords. So this is her 3D want. She wants the truth about this situation, and she wants then a new beginning once she gets her truth. So two aces here, two aces. She wants truth and clarity about this fight, about this situation, about this situation where other people were involved, because at this time she's not in a great energy, right? Yes, she has hope because she knows he's her divine partner, but she is in the death's energy. She is understanding that this whole relationship needs to be completely transformed, and the truth needs to come out, the truth with the Ace of Swords, before anything can happen. Go forward with this Ace of Wands, because right now she's very dissatisfied over this energy with the Five of Wands and the Four of Cups. So he better come forward with the Knight of Swords, you know, with his truth, and give her that understanding, because there will not be any movement forward unless she gets that. Okay, now I asked for 3D messages. I wanted to make sure that this is all going to tie in, as you all know. So 3D messages. His first message is pause. Pause is this suspension, right? The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is a suspension. The relationship was at a pause. Who was it at a pause with? With this Queen of Pentacles. This is the Divine Feminine's energy. The Queen of Swords is also the Divine Feminine's energy, which is in his heart space. But I really feel like, again, I've said this before, because these two queens have come out together before. This is either, you know, sun and moon, or some variation of that. But she is a person. Yes, she's nurturing. Yes, she's grounded. Yes, she's well balanced. But she's someone who's demanding truth now, okay, and honesty, because of the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords behavior and this Five of Wands in the 3D. So she is embodying this Queen of Swords. So this, I feel like, is the same feminine. Queen of Swords is the same as this Queen of Pentacles. And this Queen of Pentacles came out in the future energy, and that's why I'm saying that that is the Divine Feminine. Okay, so what he's saying to her in the 3D is, I've paused this relationship with you, Divine Feminine, okay? Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Earth. I have paused this relationship with you. And now I am ready to return with a solid offer. This is the Ace of Earth. This is the Ace of Pentacles. This is in the 3D. So he's saying, I'm ready to return to you. Remember, in his headspace, he has reunion. He wants reunion with her. And so he's saying in the 3D now it's tying. So that's why I know that even if these are 5D messages, he wants this in the 3D. He's saying, I want to return to you, Divine Feminine, and now offer you something solid, the Ace of Earth, in this 3D world. Why? Because I am now seeing signs. I have collided Five of Wands into signs, okay? Five of Wands, remember, this is in her 3D want with the masculine. And what he's saying is, he's seeing signs around that they need to have a discussion around this collision, around this Five of Wands, around this fight, around this separation where other people were involved. Because remember, the underlying energy is the Knight of Swords. So he's saying he's seeing signs, or he has received signs, messages, something that he knows he needs to communicate with you. And this is what needs to be addressed, this Five of Wands. So this is a 3D wand from the feminine. And the message from the 3D masculine is that he's saying, I've received the message. I've been seeing signs, and I know I need to address this collision, okay? His last message is, I've learned my lessons. I've learned my lessons because I have been burdened by this separation. I have been burdened by this death in the relationship. I have been burdened by this suspension that has occurred in this relationship. And he's telling you he has learned his lessons. Okay, those are the 3D messages from the masculine. Now from the feminine, this goes very well. This is vibrations, right? So he's seeing signs around addressing this collision And she is saying, yes, like I'm sending you vibrations and healing and messages and inspiration so that we can build now a stable foundation after we address this Five of Wands. Okay, so if you're sending your masculine messages or vibrations or healing, he's getting those because he's telling you, he's seeing the signs. He knows he needs to address this Five of Wands, the situation where other people were involved. And she's saying that that's the only way we're going to be able to have this Four of Flames, this foundation. And this is also, Four of Wands is about contracts. It's about marriage. The union cannot occur. Remember, I just said in her space until she gets her truth and clarity, right, over this Five of Wands behavior. And then she's going to be open to a new beginning. So this 3D message from her ties with her 3D want that I'm sending you messages, but we can only have this relationship, this commitment, this marriage if you come forward with the truth. And he's saying, I got the sign. I got the sign, Divine Feminine. I've learned my lesson. I have been burdened, and I will address this collision because my underlying energy is the Knight of Swords, coming forward with the truth. Okay? Second message from the Divine Feminine to the Divine Masculine is patience. She's saying that, you know, she's been patient. So this could be where this couple has been separated for a while now. She's saying that she's been patient, and through this time, she has gone through divine healing. This is the Temperance card. And so in the 3D, she very much still needs to continue to heal. So she's being patient with herself, but she's also being patient with him because, you know, there is a lot of people ask me this. Do I have to heal completely before I come into union with my twin? And for me, my personal answer is no, you don't need to heal completely. But what you do need to have is to be able to detach from your masculine so that you can grow, okay? So that you can be an independent person, so you can learn your life lesson and your life purpose through this journey. But there is great benefit to when you guys come together and then you continue to heal together, okay? So she's being patient. She's being patient with herself and in her masculine to heal. She's still wounded, right? She's in the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. He seems like he's very much has learned his lessons, and now he knows in order to continue this healing, he needs to help heal her with his truth. He needs to come forward with the truth so that further healing can occur. So the message is, I'm being patient. I am being assisted by the divine, as are you, because this is the twin flame angel, right? That tempers the relationship. This is temperance. He's healing both of us, okay? So I just feel like maybe perhaps the divine feminine's wounds may be a little bit deeper. So the next message here is of union. And that's clarified by the Five of Cups, which is also a repeating card in this future energy. And with tradition, which is the Hierophant, which is in his heart space, okay? So now we're mirroring again. He wants union. He wants reunion. He wants to come together, have a marriage, have a commitment, have a contract. She's saying, yeah, I want a union too. Yes, I'm also in this traditional Hierophant's energy. I want a traditional commitment, but you know what? I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed how this stuff has played out at this time. That's her message, is I'm disappointed that we haven't been able to manifest union, okay? And so, I mean, I just felt like that was simple. I didn't get too much more as far as intuitive messages on that, but I just feel like she's disappointed, right? And her 3D energy, this is, you know, she was in the Four of Cups, and that's about, you know, looking at, it's like regrets, it's like loss, it's like missed opportunities. And here she's saying, yeah, I want union, but I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that we're not able to come together yet. And then her last message is divine masculine, clarified by the King of Mirrors. Remember, this is why I know that in this spread, the divine masculine is this King of Cups water sign, and the divine feminine is this Queen of Pentacles, because he in his 3D has the Queen of Pentacles. She in her 3D message has the King of Cups. And she's calling him out as the divine masculine. So what she's saying is, yes, you are my divine masculine. come forward as a higher vibrational match and king, okay? Higher vibrational match and king who is emotionally mature and ready to commit to this relationship, who's worthy of the title of divine masculine. That is her 3D message to him. Okay, so now let's get into where are they currently? Okay, so the bottom of the deck for their current connective energies and their future energies is the bottom of the deck, 10 of Cups. Okay, with the 10 of Cups. And so that 10 of Cups, remember, it's in her heart space. So another match, okay? Also forgot to tell you in the 3D for the clarifiers, I remember I told you guys it was the 3 of Pentacles, which is a repeat in his 3D want and in her headspace. But the Oracle bottom of the deck is New Direction. So this very much goes with this Death card that is in his headspace and the Death card, which is in her underlying energy. They need a new direction. This relationship needs a transformation where the sun shines and secrets are not kept, where third-party situations do not exist, okay? And so, so I wanted to make sure I shared that. So back again, 10 of Cups, bottom of the deck for their current connective energy and the future energy. So here's what's happening. 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, and the Wheel. So 2 of Pentacles is here in his 3D space. Okay, remember in the 3D, he's kind of juggling his emotions. He's trying to balance things out. So what I'm really getting from this is that they're both, now this is that connective energy with the 10 of Cups. This is what they both want, 10 of Cups, okay? So they're balancing their emotional mental state. She's still healing. She's still healing from her heartbreak and loss. You know, he is really balancing his mental and emotional state at this time to come forward with the truth. They are not speaking. Okay, they're not speaking because we have the 4 of Swords. And remember, we have the Hanged Man here, which is suspension in his space. And then, in his space. And so we know that with the 4 of Swords and the Hanged Man, this is the couple that is not communicating at this time. And remember, he also said pause as his first message. So this is a relationship that is on pause. And so because they are healing, they have retreated, they are meditating over this heartbreak and loss, maybe this third party situation, maybe this separation. This is what they're balancing. They're balancing their mental and emotional state. They've retreated from each other, so they're not talking at this time. They are healing from this loss and this heartbreak, and they are alone. They're trying to gain their self-confidence, their self-esteem. They are working on themselves. The 9 of Pentacles is about confidence. It's about independence. And so they are alone. I don't see any queens or kings other than how they have represented themselves. There's no karmic situation here. There's no sight of it. It is truly just reeling and really reeling from that situation that broke them up in the first place. So they are healing from that past, and they are alone at this time, gaining confidence, getting their self-esteem, their strength to work on themselves, to balance out the energies, to heal, and to process this heartbreak and loss. And they're wanting with this wheel. The wheel is a cycle ending. They want this wheel to turn to something better. The wheel is about good luck. The wheel is about, you know, karmic cycles or lessons learned and changing. And now we can get into a better time. And so in the current connective energy, they're really wanting to transform this relationship, right? With the Death card in both places. They want to transform this. They want to end this cycle and come into something better, okay? Before I get into future, I want to go into blocks. For the blocks, we have the 6 of Air, the Hero, and the 4 of Earth. And so these mean different things in the dreams of Gaia, okay? So what this means as far as the 6 of Air is concerned, when it is in a blockage position. So what is blocking these two from coming together? What's blocking them is this bad habit of being separated because they are different, okay? There is they're not the same type of person. So this couple, the masculine's different from the feminine. The feminine's different from the masculine. Either there's like an age difference, there's differences in culture, there's differences in maybe careers, right? Maybe one is corporate and one is not. I mean, there's a lot of differences with this relationship, and I feel like the block was and still is that they need to come to a common ground, right? If they're very different, there needs to be respect for their differences and not to judge each other, right? Because you don't want him to think, you don't want to make him think the way you do and vice versa. It is about appreciating and respecting the differences with each other. This is about compromise. It's about being open-minded. And so I really feel like at this time, maybe she is judging him for what he did and he is judging her for her reaction, okay? And so that's just one example. The second block here is this hero card, okay? This hero card, when it comes up as a blockage, this is like a wounded hero. This is someone who has a low self-opinion of themselves. This is about people who act like victims as well. Like, oh, I didn't do her wrong. You know, I didn't bring up this third party situation. It's like a failure to accept what you've done. Or it's also about people that crave attention. And it's because of low self-esteem, because they feel empty inside. And so, so this is really about self-worth. This is about lack. This is about self-esteem, but this is also about, you know, do you help others just to get attention? Are you the hero because you want attention? This is, you know, are you posting on social media as a victim to get attention? Or things like that. So I hope that makes sense. The hero card and the blockage is very much about low self-esteem, low self-worth. This is about, again, acting like the hero, but it being self-serving. It's about, you know, feeding your ego versus doing it because it's the right thing to do, okay? Then the last blockage here, I only pulled 3, is the 4 of Earth. And the 4 of Earth is all about hasty decisions. So don't be too hasty to come together, right? Make sure the healing has been done. But this is what I really, really got from this card around the blockage. It's really about the grass is greener on the other side. Did you think that the grass was greener on the other side? Well, now it is apparent that the grass was not greener on the other side, right? Because people want to come together. If there was a third party situation, if you thought that someone was going to be better than your divine feminine, well, that's a blockage. That was a blockage. And I feel like, and I know I already said this, there isn't a karmic situation, but that was a blockage in this connection. It was about people feeling like the grass was greener. It was about, you know, now the blockage, because you felt like the grass was greener, it's about guilt. They're burdened with guilt and regret. So, you know, so there's this low self-esteem issue. There's this judgmental behavior. And then there is this burden and guilt and regret that is upon this twin flame couple and collective about what the current blocks are. So if there's a third party situation, the grass was not greener, and now you, whoever did that or whoever left, is burdened by guilt and regret, okay? Then the other thing that is keeping this couple from being together is this low self-esteem. It's this, you know, craving attention, right? So that's probably maybe why they left. Maybe the feminine, you know, didn't speak the same language of love, right? That's another part of their differences here, the 6 of air. If you didn't speak the same language of love, if you didn't communicate together in the same type of way where you both understood each other, that was the blockage, and it left people feeling like maybe you didn't care as much as you did, or it left them feeling like they needed to crave attention elsewhere. And I'm not saying that's why people should leave. It's like, speak up, because now he's ready to speak up with the Knight of Swords. But this very much is coming together for me. The grass was not greener. Now you're burdened with guilt and regret. Maybe you didn't speak the same language of love. Yes, there are differences between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And so perhaps they didn't speak the same love language. And now, they're kind of judging each other. And that's what sent him off or her off to crave and get attention elsewhere, which created the separation. And so people are now regretful. It's a blockage. All right. Future energies. By the way, the bottom of the deck for the Dreams of Gaia, 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands is about determination. It's about sticking to it. It's about endurance, and it came up in her heart space. So this is about continuing to move forward collectively, okay? So just so you know, I mean, a lot of these cards are repeating. Now, future energies. In the future, they're going to address this 4 of Cups and this 5 of Cups. In the future, they're going to talk about this 4 of Cups and the 5 of Cups. So now 4 of Cups, remember that came up in her 3D want, right? This is how she's feeling in the 3D. She's not satisfied. The 5 of Cups came up in her 3D message back around union, that she's disappointed. So this king and this queen, because they showed up as the king and queen of pentacles, but this Knight of Pentacles energy I'm taking as an energy. They are going to discuss it. The Knight of Pentacles is about someone who's dedicated, someone who's committed, someone who's analytical, someone who's thoughtful, someone, yes, who moves slow and steady. So remember we said, don't rush into things. So we have this slow and steady pace in the future where they're going to slowly but steadily work on this loss, this regret, this heartbreak. All is not lost, because in the 5 of Cups, the 2 of Cups are still there for them. And in this 4 of Cups, there's still a cup in the back waiting to be offered. There is love still there. So they are going to work on this together as an emotionally vibrational match and couple, the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Again, he did not show up as the Knight of Cups, right? He's not immature. This is not a page energy. He's coming forward as the King of Cups. Remember, that came up in his heart space. And this Queen of Pentacles showed up in the 3D, right, message, and the King of Cups showed up in her 3D message. So they are very much going to come together. And look at how they're facing each other, even in this deck, okay? They're facing each other. She has this offer, right? Remember, he said he wants to give her a solid offer. This is the Ace of Pentacles. That's the Ace of Pentacles. She has the pentacle in her hand. She will receive it. She will receive it once she is ready, and they have worked on this loss and regret together. And he has the cups, right? He's the King of Cups. He has a cup. He is the offer of love. Again, he wants to make the solid offer. It's in her hands. Okay, it's in her hands. And he is the King of Cups. He's coming back emotionally vibrational, emotionally higher, as a higher vibrational divine masculine. So I think that is all the messages that I had. And again, the 10 of Cups is at the bottom of the deck for the current connective energies and the future energies. And once they have methodically, slowly, without jumping back into things, addressed this loss and this regret that has occurred in their lives, right, in this relationship, then and as this higher vibrational match where they face each other, and he is ready to give and she is ready to receive, they are going to manifest this 10 of Cups. Okay, do you see that? It's such a beautiful card in this Arcanum Tarot deck. They are going to manifest, and the universe is going to bless them with this 10 of Cups. Okay, oh, so exciting. So keep me posted, guys. Let me know how this resonates with you. Let me know if your masculines or feminines are reaching out, if you guys are in separation. Again, like I said, I've been hearing from a lot of the people that resonate with this collective here, and I've gotten messages on Instagram and through my email, through my website, and people are telling me, I heard from him unexpectedly. We are taking things slow. We're working on it. So I continue to believe in this collective and in this couple. And I'm telling you, communication, if it hasn't happened for you already, it's coming. People are ready to honor contracts. And this King of Cups and this Queen of Cups, they're coming into union after he speaks his truth. Okay. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I post free readings there as well. Please go to Queen of Light 1111. That is my username. And if you're interested in your own personal reading, please email me or book through my website at queenoflight1111.com. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.